Hi, I'm Ben and you're watching Gears and Gasoline. And I think I can finally say that I'm part of a somewhat successful automotive YouTube channel. So I think it's time for me to get a new car. I'm still gonna hold on to my Evo 9 MR, but let's face it, it's finally time for me to get something a little bit more becoming of my status as a YouTuber. So, this is my new 2013 Nissan GTR. As you can see, it's got a dope color shift wrap. It's making about 600 wheel horsepower.
Hey, Ben.
Oh, hey Jake, how's it going, man?
I'm sorry, I gotta go.
I thought I could have the car until 8.
It's 8:10.
Oh, it's 8:10.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I gotta run.
Can I have it for like?
No, I gotta go.
Sure?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for letting me borrow it, man. All right. It's a beaut. You wanna hang out sometime, or? Okay. All right. Well, this is my new car, my 1994 Mazda Protege. Now, this baby's got all of the essentials. Got a 5-speed manual transmission with overdrive, air conditioning that blows, secret cup holders, a state-of-the-art sound system, the finest in 1990s seatbelt technology. So you might be wondering, Ben, are you just making this video to brag to us about how sick your new car is? And the answer to that is no. In this video, we're gonna be talking about beater cars and why you should all have one. So what exactly defines a beater car? Well, most people would say that it's a car that you don't have to care about, but it's also not something that has to be overtly shitty, obviously. So I would say my first point is that beater cars are great because you don't have to worry or care about them.
Hey, Ben, did you leave your keys in the car?
Hey! Hey!
I don't even want it.
What? He doesn't even want car thieves. They don't even know how to drive. Probably doesn't even know how to drive stick. It's the best anti-theft device anyways. The first point I made about beaters is also the most important. With beaters, you don't have to worry about what happens to them. I love my Evo, but every time I drive it, I just worry about if it gets a scratch or a dent. But with this car, I don't have to worry about that. It's just my A to B. And that brings me to the second reason why I think it's great to own a beater car. They're a lot cheaper to own and operate than a nice car or a sports car. For example, I'm gonna pay a lot less money to fill this thing up with 87 octane than I would be to fill the Evo up with 93, which is all that it takes. And the Evo gets about 23 miles to the gallon. This thing, closer to 35.
That means that when I need to take a road trip or run errands, I can take the car that's cheap and easy to operate and use the fun car for what it's for, having fun.
But just because you have a beater car doesn't mean that it can't be fun. For example, we're up here at Turbo XS today, dynoing my little Mazda, and we're actually gonna find out what it makes right now.
What's it make?
81.
Now, if I dynoed the Evo and found that it made 81 wheel horsepower, I probably wouldn't think that it was that funny. But since it was on the Mazda, that's just hilarious. And that kind of brings me to my third point about why I think the beater cars are such a great idea. And that's because they're a great learning experience. Now, I know that this is the internet and you guys already know everything there is to know about cars, but let's say that hypothetically you didn't. Let's say that hypothetically you'd never changed a timing belt, for example. Would you rather change a timing belt for the first time on a $2,500 motor, like the 4G63, or on a Mazda engine that would cost you about $25 at the junkyard? Would you rather learn to drive stick shift on a clutch that would cost you about $400 to replace, or on a car that would cost you about $400 to replace? Now, in summation, the three chief reasons why I think that everyone should own a beater car are because you don't have to care about them, they're very cheap and easy to operate, and because they can be a great learning experience. Now, I know that there's going to be a lot of different opinions on this whole subject. Some of you might think it's better to not own a beater car, for example, and to instead just own one fun car that you enjoy driving every day. I look forward to hearing all of your different opinions. But I will say that if you've never owned a beater car before, I would definitely recommend that you try it. I think that you'd have a lot of fun.
I'm pretty sure that's the lowest horsepower we've ever had on here. But not a bad curve. You're right. It's pretty good. Let's make another pull.